2022 will be the year that we literally drown you in content. 156 standard 30-minute episodes of Deep Fat Fried, 52 long-form episodes of Deep Fat Fried, 37 episodes of Dank D&D, live episodes of Onion Nuggets every Wednesday, new Cinema for Cynics reviews, Fighting Boys, Abandon Hope, Hideology, Ask Hollywood Love, and The Grease Trap. And even if you manage to watch it all, we still have a massive back catalog of old content that's going to blow your mind. We have got metric tons of old commentaries, grease traps, mountains of Deep Fat Fried episodes. We got oceans of flash fries. We got valleys of Abandon Hope and Hideology and other miscellaneous content you could watch for weeks, if not months, straight. And with all this content, both new and old, we have realized that it is time to simplify our Patreon. Yes! Right now, our Patreon is split into a $10 tier and a $5 tier. Now, this has long aggrieved us because our philosophy in this company is that simplicity is best. How do we create so much content? We keep it simple. We keep it streamlined. We commit to a process, and we constantly fine-tune that process. Anything that wastes time, we get rid of. Having two patron tiers is not in line with our philosophy. So, we've decided to unify into a single tier at the price point of $7. Join the Pessimist Productions Patreon today, because we are looking very forward to entertaining you all in 2022.
She's the boss, applesauce. You just can't keep these saucy old dames down, can ya? Today, TV's most successful court show host, Judge Judy, gets deep. Oh, God, Judge Judy, oh, God. She's just so hot, Paul. She's just so fucking hot, Scotty. God damn it. Deep Fat Fried.
Deep Fat Fried.
Does anyone else have a crush on Judge Judy? Does anyone else want the gavel to come down on their ball sack like I do?
Nope.
Just a little bit. Just like maybe on some deeper primal level, you know?
I mean, she's loaded, so I mean, like, you know, if there's money involved, then I guess. I mean, like, I pretty much be like, all right, Judge Judy.
I don't have too many gilfs in my life, but Judge Judy, I think, is a gilf, man.
Think so?
I like her attitude. I like her I like her spunk, Scotty.
Oh, she'd run your life, dude.
I like her sass. Oh, she'd run it way better, though.
Oh, undoubtedly,
dude. I would be so much in a better position if Judge Judy was just my fucking.
TJ, I've diversified your portfolio. You're good, baby.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, thanks.
How do you know she wouldn't like ruin your life out of a sick desire to like berate you further?
Because fucking, you'll see later that she pampers and spoils her current husband, who's just like a doughy fucking.
That's what they tell you. That's what they fucking tell you about what's going on.
Yeah.
But in the background, he's her fucking slave, dude. That's why I can tell.
But that seemed. Well, that's kind of what I want out of her, though. You know, that's like the whole thing that's like attractive about the
See, this is another one of those. This is another one of those things that TJ wants until he has it. You know what I mean? And then as soon as he had it, he would be really pissed off at Judge Judy making him get out of bed in the middle of the night to do menial tasks. Oh yeah.
Nah, dude, you got to get in that fucking mindset, Paul.
You'd be saying your safe word like before the first night was
rewire
over.
the brain, Paul. Rewire the brain.
There's no way, dude.
Besides, she's so loaded, you'd never have to have a real job or nothing. So,
this is like a puff piece, basically. So what you're doing is you're taking Judge Judy, a well-known evil woman,
yes,
who delights in the torture of other people, and you're trying to put like a happy face on.
No, I'm putting. I mean, this is a at least from my part, a fawning love letter to the sheer goddess of perfection.
Yeah,
that is Judge Judy. Yes.
Well, you know, hey.
Now, if you want to have an alternative take, if you want to say some negative things about Judge Judy, you go right ahead.
I just call like I see it.
She can take it. Scotty, you're always like the Swiss pussy on the show, so you go ahead and do. Oh, well, you know, I'm in the middle, you guys. I can see both sides. Yeah, whatever. Pussy ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're a little pussy, Scotty. You're a little pussy. Anyway, Scotty, you thought this was Judy Garland. I don't really see how, but
I thought it was, dude.
This is young Judge Judy.
There was a Judy in my brain. Dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, she does kind of look like Judy Garland here.
She's got a little bit of it, but I would never mistake her for Judy Garland, though.
I don't know.
I guess you're just better versed with.
I don't think that's
era.
fucking true. I think if somebody presented this picture to you and you didn't know, and they were like, "Hey, look, it's young Judy Garland," you'd be like, "Oh yeah, you can see
here." Yeah, here I clearly don't.
Yeah, here she definitely does not look like Judy Garland.
So Judge Judy was born Judith Susan Bloom on October 21st, 1942 in Brooklyn, New York. She attended American University in Washington, D.C., graduating in 1963. She was the only woman in a class of 126 students at American University's Washington College of Law.
Now, see, you gotta give her props for that because that's probably pretty difficult.
She's a she's a trailblazer, Scotty. You imagine going to class, 125 dudes. You're the only woman in the class, Scotty. That glass ceiling, it's not even close to being shattered. You don't even see a crack in that motherfucker
dude.
yet.
I don't even know what I do.
You know? So this is a woman of strength, a woman of conviction, a woman of courage, a trailblazer, a trendsetter.
You know what I can
see
very prominently in this
picture? The American
picture?
fucking dream right here, Paul. What do you see?
Very prominent collarbones, TJ.
Oh, yeah. She does. She has very nice collarbones,
Very
Paul.
delicate looking collarbones.
Yeah.
You know,
they're lovely.
Like
they're lovely collarbones.
Like if a feather were to fall on them, they would snap.
Snap like a twig. Adderall cured me of my collarbone weirdness, so I don't really have. I could fake it if you want. I'd be like, oh no, but I don't.
One day soon, TJ.
I don't have that no more.
One day soon, Adderall
knocked it right the fuck out.
Adderall shall run out, TJ, or you should forget to take it, or you should have a change of heart. And then
the low price of my ability to sleep for even 1 second, it's cured what ails me, except it gave me insomnia. But everything else, super good.
That's when TJ, now you have to get a different prescription, dude. Adderall is not working for you. You gotta get a different ADHD drug. That's your solution to your problem.
I need to double up on Adderall is what I need to do.
I'll tell you what Adderall has done.
Adderall so that I crash and then I'll sleep and then I'll wake up and get more Adderall. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what Adderall has done for TJ from an outsider's perspective. It's turned TJ into reschedule J, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, TJ's just like, I know we agreed to meet at like 1 o'clock today. Let's do 3. You know what, guys? Can we meet a little early tomorrow? I got to do. I don't think we've met at an actual time we've agreed to meet, and since you started taking Adderall.
Yeah, rescheduled.
Reschedule Jay. Yeah, that's true.
That's probably a slight exaggeration, but I've definitely become more rescheduling. And I'll tell you what, it really does have to do with the Adderall, at least in this case, because
I know it does.
Last night I got tired at like midnight, and I was like, I'm actually tired. I'm just going to go to sleep now, and I'll do my episode research in the morning. And then I laid down. I did go to sleep, but only for like 15 minutes. And then the rest of the night was just like, so I didn't really get the fucking rest I needed. Didn't wake up on time. Didn't fucking.
You just need
get the research.
You need
done
some Valium, TJ. You need some Valium.
Yeah, I need to be on uppers and downers. Just like up. Okay, now I need to go down. Now I need to go up. Now I need to go down. Now I need to go up. Now I need to go down. There's probably not going to be any side effects, that kind of thing, right?
No.
Cool. So in 1960,
what are we doing this show on again?
Judge Judy.
Oh yeah.
In 1965, Judge Judy obtained her law degree. She passed the New York bar exam. She took a job as a corporate lawyer for a cosmetics firm. She was dissatisfied, didn't like it, thought it was fucking shit. So she quit to raise her 2 kids, Jamie and Adam, 2 of her kids. She has 5 children in all. 1972, a friend from law school told her about a job opening in the New York courts. She took the job, found herself in the role of a prosecutor in the family court system. She prosecuted juvenile crime, domestic violence, and child abuse cases. Judge Judy spent a little over 20 years in New York City's family court system, where she earned a reputation early in her career for being blunt, impatient, and talking tough. Here's a Judge Judy quote. "I can't stand stupid, and I can't stand slow," was one of her oft-repeated Judaisms at the time. She also frequently warned attorneys appearing before her, "I want first-time offenders to think of their appearance in my courtroom as the second worst experience of their lives, circumcision being the first."
Oh, God, dude. You do not want to get her as a judge.
Jesus.
60 Minutes filmed her in action as part of a 1993 profile. And while her hair color and eyebrows have softened since then, her impatient rants and verbal smackdowns haven't changed a bit. So basically, she was this super sassy, mean, total fucking bitch judge that fucking always wanted to bust everyone's balls that came in her courtroom. And America looked at that and they decided, like, yeah, this is what turns us on. Let's get this. We need this bitch more on TV.
See, I told you my assessment of her at the beginning of this becomes more correct the more you reveal, dude.
Yeah, but you act like it's a negative, though.
It is a negative, dude. You don't want to be around a ball breaker. Trust me. Trust me, TJ. There's a reason why her husband looks like a big, doughy, empty-brained fucking zombie, okay?
Talk
about henpecked. You wouldn't last a night as Judy Shineland's little pet, dude.
Whatever. Paul, you don't know, man. You don't know. So, yeah, I already kind of went over that. But it was Ed Koch, the former mayor of New York, that appointed her to the seat on the family court in 1982, where she was a judge until 1996, when she retired so that she could do the Judge Judy show. Yeah. Which is what she's actually, what she's most famous for, right? I mean, she's not famous for being a family judge in the fucking...
Right. She's famous for being a bitch on her show, Judge Judy. Yeah.
Absolutely. So in September 1996, Judge Judy first appeared in national syndication. The show rapidly established itself as a roaring success, largely based on the strength of Shineland's powerful personality. In February of 1999, Judge Judy won the #1 slot for syndicated shows. She even began to edge out Oprah in some major markets, including New York. By August 1999, the show averaged some 7 million viewers per week.
You know why I think that is? It's because the show is salacious, but like Judge Judy is not. So it's like they bring in these like fucking fucked up people with their like petty, crazy disputes, but she's like, "Yeah, let me tell you what. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. What happened? Whenever any bullshit just gets cut through." Like, she basically just holds the hand of the audience, explains why these people usually are both retards, and like sends like one person packing with some money.
I got it all figured out. I know what the appeal of this fucking show is. Everybody in the world wants to feel like they're better than somebody else, right? But how often does your average Joe really get to feel like they're better than somebody else?
Yeah, not often. Usually it's like, rarely. I gotta make their sandwich. I gotta fucking shine their shoes. I gotta shine their car.
And so when they come home,
their ass,
when they come home, they crack open their Pabst Blue Ribbon and they kick their feet up and they watch Judge Judy literally verbally decimate both plaintiff and defendant, because nobody's ever like a good person in Judge Judy's court. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Very rarely.
Everybody who goes in Judge Judy's court is a stupid piece of shit. Right. Even if they're not. Even if they're just a normal person, just like, "Okay, Judge, I have some... I'm not interested in that bullshit. What do you got there?
Do you have evidence
Let me
here?
talk to that person. Bring him up."
Do you know what some of my favorite episodes of Judge Judy have been? It's like, or just segments, is when someone comes in with some stupid case, she's like, "This makes no sense." She talks for like maybe 2 minutes, like, "I dismiss this." She's an arbiter, really, if we're being honest, but
yeah,
she just dismisses the shit so fucking quick, and the guy's like, what? Or like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Well, the way the show works, if you're interested in that, I don't really have anything on it because I was really more interested in Judge Judy's lifestyle more than anything else. But the way the show works is basically the audience is completely fake. It's just like they're plants, even though they could easily get real people to do it because it's a very popular show. But the cases, Judge Judy retired as a judge in 1996. She basically is an arbitrator. The cases are real. The fucking people go there. They to arbitrate the disputes between them. Judge Judy fucking reviews the cases before she ever fucking goes in the court.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why she gets to have that air of like supreme, I know all kind of shit.
Both parties get flown out to LA and promise like $5,000.
Right.
And whatever your judgment is. So like when she really fucks you is when she gives the other person like $5,000.
Yeah.
when you get that, it's like, oh shit, you still got a free trip to LA and all that shit, but you don't get no money.
Because that's the maximum she can assess, right? Is $5,000.
Yeah, something like that. And then they pay everyone $5,000 for even being on the show, plaintiffs and defendants. So pretty much everyone you see on the show made money by being on the show.
Right. And I imagine a lot of the fucking people that lose just pay their fine to the other person with the money they were just handed.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly right. And, but it is legally binding, her decisions. I mean, she is qualified as a judge and arbitrator and shit. And I mean, like, you can judge her rulings for yourself because they're all fucking broadcast on fucking national television. So.
She does, like, okay, I'll give that. Like, I can't kayfabe hatred for Judy on everything. I do, like most everymen, you know what I mean, enjoy watching Judge Judy because she's pretty good at cutting through bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it's very rare to be in a position in society where you can just, like, you don't have to worry about being polite. You know what I mean? It's like normally if you're just like on an equal footing with somebody and you're like, hey, man, what the fuck happened? You hit the back of my car. You got to listen to this fucking guy's like, well, man, I've been having a hard time lately. Like, you know what I mean? You can't cut through the fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? And she just like doesn't want to hear a single fucking thing. She knows a lie immediately. Like, and it's fun to watch her do that. It is.
I think that's really restrained. And I think that a lot of times people just feel like you said, people want to feel superior. And a lot of people on that show are just basically trotted out because they're dumb fucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like everyone wants to feel like smugly, especially when you're talking about daytime,
Look at them, they're so dumb.
TV in particular, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a lot of times it's
bad.
like the freak show. So because of Judge Judy's high viewership numbers and ratings, Judy insisted on earning a salary reflective of the show's booming success. Of course. So New York Times Magazine, Judy explained that every 3 years she had dinner with president of CBS television distribution to talk about her Judge Judy contract. So the way she would do this is she would write down the salary that she wanted and the basic, she'd line out, this is the contract I want. She put it in an envelope, seal it, deliver it, and then the guy would open it and he'd look at it and all this other stuff. So one year he comes with his own envelope, right?
Right.
And he slides it over to her like, I got an offer for you. And she wouldn't even open it. She was just like, this isn't a negotiation.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. We're not negotiating.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not negotiating with you, motherfucker. This is what I want. This is what I get.
The character she plays, I'm sure is somewhat different than her, but she is a real ball breaker. And like, she knows she's got them by the balls. Like, they want her on that fucking show. Her success speaks for itself.
She's the number one fucking show on there. So.
What can you say? And it's been for year after year. So it's not like, well, you're a flash in the pan. It's like, no, you're pretty much set. So you can take the envelope and shove it up your fucking ass.
She's no longer doing Judge Judy. She's got a new show on, like, working for Bezos now.
And she really revolutionized what I feel like was like a flagging thing. Like, because if you I don't know if you guys remember
People's Court and shit.
Yeah, with Dude, back in the 80s, I watched the original People's Court with Judge Wapner.
Yeah.
And Judge Wapner was like the opposite of Judge Judy. He was like this incredibly polite guy. He got a little fired up here and there every once in a while when he felt there was a great injustice or a lie or something. He was more like a real judge, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And
Judy was a real judge, but she was a sassy bitch when she was a real judge.
Maybe I should say he was more like a TV judge then. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's more like what you think of as a judge, right.
Yeah.
And like that show is totally different than what these shows are now. Judge Judy came along and brought the hot sauce to these shows, and now there are a billion fucking clones of Judge Judy. There's like Judge Mathis. There's Judge Mathis
he's the only other one of these judges I ever even got into a little bit.
Yeah, because he's sassy as fuck. But like Judge Joe Brown is like, all right, let's take the Judy formula, but turn him into your like black uncle that knows everything and doesn't put up with bullshit, right? That's Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah, Joe Brown is cool too.
Judge Mathis is like, all right, let's take the Judy formula and instead make him your black friend that knows that you're lying and is gonna fucking fuck with you and like lead you down the primrose path a little bit and then reveal like you're stupid. I know you're lying. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
That's
Judge
true.
Mathis.
Judge Judy always lets you know you're stupid right out of the gate.
What?
Judge Mathis does kind of lead you down, like lead you into it. Like, yes, now you're stupid.
Yep. There's always a big reveal with Judge Mathis where he's like, all right, I think I'm ready to make my ruling. But before that, I just want to tell you something. You are the stupidest person I've had in my courtroom. You got to be crazy coming in here with that. You know, Judy starts with that. Why are you wasting my time? You know what I mean?
I love how it totally just takes people off their game because they all go in there with like a script in their heads, and she always fucking throws a monkey wrench in their little plan, and that's what I love because I think that's part of what she does. Is she likes to like fluster people and throw them off so that they like fucks up the game.
Those are techniques that someone like a prosecutor would know. She's just using her experience to do that because most people don't know how to handle that.
Like even if the person doesn't like give her an immediate like reason to jump in at them, she always she'll do grammar and shit. She'll be like, all right, tell me what's going on. And he'll, like the dude there will be like, all right, Judge, what had happened is, and she'll be like, whoa, what had happened? That's grammatically incorrect. I don't understand what you mean. What had happened? You're mixing tenses. Tell me what happened. Repeat after me. What happened, Judge, was, and then tell me what happened.
That's so true. Yeah.
So, like I said, Judge Judy's pretty much a big baller. She got tons of houses, tons of fucking real estate.
Look, she's a lawyer, TJ. She's a Jew. She's a businesswoman. She does it all.
Her real estate holdings are pretty fucking massive here.
Damn.
So this one is in Los Angeles. This is a fucking 14,000 square foot.
Well, this is Newport, Rhode Island.
That's Rhode Island. Sorry. She does have a Los Angeles home as well.
I mean, well, you're that rich. So the value of this home is $9.2 million.
Yeah. The total value of all of her real estate holdings is, I think 50 million, something like that.
Oh my God.
Well, and you got to keep in mind too, this is in Rhode Island as well, like a place where like land is already at an ultra premium because it's so fucking tiny.
Oh yeah.
And so she's got a giant house in Rhode Island. I mean, that's all you had to tell me.
So this is her Newport, Rhode Island mansion. This is her Naples mansion.
Oh my God.
So Naples, Florida.
Yep.
Dude, Judge Judy likes the finer things in life, huh?
Yeah, look at that. There's her patio.
Is it on a golf? It looks like it might be on a golf course.
It is on a golf course, I believe.
Yeah.
Swimming pool.
I wouldn't call it a pool. That was more like a swimming, I don't know.
Like a lagoon or something.
Yeah, like a lagoon. It's probably how they pitch it.
Bunch of little bedrooms there. And this one's how many square feet is this? Another 10,000 square feet.
Yeah, she likes 10,000 square feet. It's about her minimal number. It's like, how big's the home?
Here's her Connecticut mansion.
That's one's 20,000 square feet.
20,000 square foot house.
Oh my fucking God, Judge Judy, what you need all that space for?
Yeah, here's that one. This is in Greenwich.
No,
of course,
no interiors.
No
on
interior
this one.
pictures of this one. This must be even more opulent than the rest.
I mean, look at it. It looks
and
like.
then of course,
oh my God!
And then of course she has her Beverly Hills mansion right across the street.
That looks like a fucking hotel.
Yeah,
that's her house.
That's her house. That's not. That looks like the Hilton or some shit.
Dude, Judge Judy's on a whole different level, man.
I mean,
she really is.
This is actually her smallest place. It is 4,680 square feet.
It's
like a unit. I guess.
Okay,
so this is this is not all hers.
Yeah, that's why we were like, "What the fuck, dude?"
She has a unit in this place,
but
her unit
that makes
is
a lot more sense.
Her unit is still gigantic.
It's still huge,
right?
Yeah.
And it's in Beverly Hills, so of course,
right.
So yeah, she's got tremendous amount of fucking real estate holdings. She also has a profound love of Bentleys. You can see her here.
Naturally, who doesn't?
You can see her here.
I mean, not me. Dude, if I ever drives. Do you guys know, like, if I ever got rich, I wouldn't go anywhere near a fucking Bentley, dude.
Really?
She loves them.
You wouldn't get a SL Paul. Someone's like, here, Paul, you want a Bentley? You'd say no.
No. I'm a Royce guy, dude. I'd get a fucking Rolls-Royce Dawn or a Ghost or a Phantom.
I mean, oh yeah, of course. Those are beautiful cars as well. No denying that.
Now, Judge Judy owns more than one Bentley. She owns multiple Bentleys. It's her favorite car. She pretty much always has a Bentley. She has like a tremendous brand loyalty to Bentley.
Is that
she
her behind the wheel of her Bentley?
That is, yeah. This is the only picture I could find of her actually driving the thing.
Wow.
But yeah, you can see her
in
there.
She can barely see over the steering wheel of her Bentley.
I know. And she still drives it to this day, and she's like, how old? 90 or something?
Yeah, she's got to be getting up there.
1942
So it's not 90, but she's pretty close. She's in her 80s, right?
No, she'd be
70.
Why are you trying to add 20 years onto Judy?
I'm sorry.
She's like 76.
She's 79. That's almost 80.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's pretty fucking close to 80, Scotty.
But it wasn't.
It's
not. Was it 80? Was it 80?
It's 79, 80, TJ?
79, 80? Dude, come on.
All right, fair
enough. She could be president. She's 79. Make this woman president, dude. She's almost old enough.
She'd have my vote, but whatever.
How many lights are there, Scotty? How many lights do you see?
There are 4 lights.
Dude, what if, Judge Judy probably could have been a politician. I don't know. I can imagine her being pretty good on the debate stage.
A lot of people argue that being a judge is basically being a politician. In fact, she may have been elected to her position when she was a judge.
She was appointed.
No, she was appointed by
she was
Ed
appointed.
Koch.
So, but still, that's a political appointment if you think about it.
That's a political appointment. So it is a political position, and political things come before judges, and judges kind of set the tone and precedent. So she is a politician. That's why. Yeah. Why do you think she's so much richer than you'd think she'd be for doing like a fucking shitty, salacious show?
That's what pretty much surprises me, because you see Judge Judy on the TV and shit, and she's still playing, even though the show's not making new episodes. It's still in syndication because there's like a million of them.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But you watch her fucking show and shit, and you're just like, okay, yeah, Judge Judy, and you think to yourself, yeah, it's like this little cheapy looking daytime TV show that does not look like something that's making enough money for this bitch to have $440 million, which is her net worth. And it's like a huge, gigantic, ultra successful, ultra money making, Prince money kind of show. And it just, it's shot in like one little room with some fucking fake ass extras. And,
that's why it's ultra cheap to make. Besides Judge Judy's salary, that's the only thing that's costing him any money.
The budget of the show is fucking nothing other than paying fucking Judy.
Yeah,
everyone else, who cares? She had that bailiff dude. Who I guess there's like some kind of there's a little controversy that he's not back on her new show. I think his name is Bailiff Mike or something like that. He didn't come back, and I guess there's a little sour grapes about that. But whatever. She also, of course, has a private jet. Here's a news story about it being blown over by a massive El Nino storm. But don't worry, you guys. It has been fixed.
Oh, thank goodness.
Judy Shineland's plane was damaged at her 7.7, that's $11 million home in Naples. 73-year-old and her husband, Jerry, live at the home for part of the year. The aircraft was parked in Naples Municipal Airport on Saturday night when giant gusts of wind soared to 80 miles per hour, forcing the plane onto its rear underbelly. Winds were reportedly so strong the jet was pushed into the air, sending all the fuel on board rushing to the rear, causing the plane to become unbalanced.
All right. I know why they've got all this money and shit, dude. In addition, I looked up Jerry Shineland.
Yeah.
He was a former New York Supreme Court justice.
Yes. So I'll tell you something about him, too. So when his wife became the most successful fucking judge on television, they approached him and said, we want you to do a show, too, because you're Judy's husband and stuff. And so, and you have this very prestigious thing. So they wanted him to do a little court show as well. And, his wife was making so much fucking bank at this time. He's just like, holy shit. Yeah. If both of us were fucking successful TV judges, that'd be fucking dank, obviously.
Yeah.
And they actually put him opposite her for some reason, like competing against her.
It says here that he was on they made him the People's Court judge.
Yeah.
And they put him in a competing slot with her.
They did. And he got fucking demolished. He was destroyed. He was fucking destroyed. It was an embarrassment. I think it was part of I honestly think, if we're going to say that that she's a ball buster, like in every respect, and she's like his dominatrix, she's like, yeah, you're going to go compete against me. Let's see how good you do, Jerry. I was on the New York Supreme Court.
Yeah,
Judy.
Let's see what America thinks about that.
Yeah.
America doesn't give a fuck, Jerry.
I'm the boss. Applesauce.
Oh,
Don't you forget it.
Did you know? All she did was probably just come in and just drop
Thank you for putting me in my place.
The Nielsen ratings on the table and like, how'd you do, Jerry? Oh, down a few more points.
Yeah, it did not last long. So, the thing about Judy's private jet is that she actually, after 9/11, she's never flown commercial again. She like 9/11.
Oh, heavens, TJ, why
inspired like such paranoia in her that she pretty much decided at that point.
Well, she's so rich. It's like, why would she even make that a thing of concern in her life? I don't think many people would be like, okay, it's optional for me to fly this way, and I still want to fly wherever I want. Okay. I mean, like, dude, she's so rich. She has no need to do that. Now, there's some people that still are rich and still choose to fly commercially, but that's a personal choice. I mean, most of these people can fly privately.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the level at a private jet level is, like, not every celebrity gets to private jet level. Even fucking people who are like well-known figures might not have enough money to like
actually own one,
keep and maintain.
But you can still just hire
right,
charter
you can rent them out.
I mean, they a lot of people just charter them.
Most rich. That's how most wealthy people do it. Like, there are people that could probably afford to have them because like having one of these is a huge liability.
Right. I mean, you see right here.
Thousands of dollars worth of repairs and maintenance have to be done on the machine. It has to be hangared somewhere. You got to pay for all of that. You got to pay for every time it fucking hits the tarmac. You got to pay a whole bunch of people. It's just a big giant fucking money sink. And so you got to be like of a certain fucking like richness to where you're willing to write that whole fucking thing off as a continuous expense. And they've got one. Dude, the fact that she was a federal judge and so was her husband is why they're so rich. Like, it probably has very little to do with their TV shit. I'm sure it helps, but like being
her fortune is almost entirely from her TV show. She got paid like, I think at the height of her contract, she was getting like
$47 million.
She had like a $52 million contract
at one point.
Ridiculous,
dude.
$46 million for a 3 years period. Like, she basically got $50 million per every 3 years to do the show.
Dude, I'm looking into her husband alone, and his net worth before, like, he made most of his money during his tenure as a trial judge, and his net worth is estimated at $500 million.
Yeah, but that's probably because he's married to Judge Judy, though. Because, like, you don't make $500 million on the fucking New York Supreme Court.
I don't know.
You might make a few million, but you're not going to make no fucking $500 million.
Who knows? I can't find anything about, like, because what if he took his few million and turned it into a big, like, I can't see, they don't list if this dude is like a hedge fund guy or whatever. Because I'm telling you, dude, Judge Judy having like a big giant TV show. Dude, nobody from Friends has a private jet and 8 fucking residents. And they were on like the most popular TV show in America for like 16 seasons.
They got to split that money though.
Yeah, but like that's true. But that Friends is like a whole ass cast of fucking people.
Sets.
And production and blah, blah, blah. Judge Judy is like, I'm a bitch with a gavel.
Yeah. She is the show. Yeah.
In a one room set with like 3 cameras. So it's like there's not a lot to it, So, you can afford to pay her a fucking giant shit.
Well, also,
I mean,
she was getting 7 million people on average, you said.
Yeah.
That's the advertising potential.
She was beating Oprah in a fucking bunch of markets.
Dude, the advertising potential there is just insane.
Like, Oprah's the only person that even compares. Like, because
maybe Ellen back before the
I don't know,
before the scandals.
I don't know if Ellen's got a private jet. Maybe she does. But
let's see. I'm gonna see.
I mean,
I'm telling you might be surprised. Private jets are pretty exclusive things. Like, I know Oprah has one. I don't know if Ellen has a fucking private jet.
Oprah's a billionaire though, so I would only expect
Ellen probably charters a lot of fucking flights. I'd imagine.
Not say anything about Ellen having no private.
I don't see anything about it. Let's see what her net worth is though.
Significant.
She might be able to afford it, but I'm just letting you know the amount of people that can afford it, that go through with it, it implies a certain amount of wealth. And
her net worth is actually a little higher than Judge Judy's at $500 million, but she was her show was probably bigger than Judge Judy.
That's why I was shocked when you told me Judge Judy had a jet, because like really, like, if you
I
want
think
to
a lot
know,
of it had to do too. I mean, I think she got the jet after 9/11 because she was like, I don't want to fly commercial ever again. And you know, she's got all these houses, she's got to fly around. So,
well, that's this enables that kind of lifestyle,
right?
At a moment's notice, like you can charter a jet pretty quick, but like there's nothing like having a jet in a hangar space with an on-call set of employees that are ready to go. Like, you want to go to France? All right, we're going to France.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Everybody pile in the jet.
We're
We're going to France, and you go. You know what I mean? Like that's what you get when you own the jet.
Pile in the jet.
It becomes a phone call. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, like that's why this was interesting to me that she has a jet, because like shockingly very few ultra rich celebrities actually own private jets. It's mostly like hedge fund managers and big like financiers and finance guys that have these jets. Like television and movie personalities, it's actually pretty rare for them to have these jets. Like only the biggest names have private jets.
Like giant music figures. And
yeah,
shit.
You're talking like Kanye has one, and Kim, and then fucking, you know what I mean? Like Jay-Z's got a jet. Michael Jackson had a private jet back in the day.
Well, I mean, since we're kind of on the subject, I mean, we're already to our length, but we could talk really quick about. Here's an article I found that says 10 celebs who have their own private jets and a few who don't.
Yeah.
So Beyonce and Jay-Z,
right?
They own one.
Yeah, shocking.
Mark Cuban owns one.
He's finance guy.
Michael Jordan.
I mean, it's Michael Jordan.
Oprah Winfrey. She's got a $42 million one. That's fucking insane. Jim Carrey owns a private
Really?
jet.
I'm actually surprised he has one. Not because he's made a shit ton of money, just because.
I mean, that dude printed fucking cash.
And sure. David Beckham's got one. Tom Cruise has got one. Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Bill Gates.
I mean, it's Bill Gates. I mean, come on.
Remotely.
Meghan Markle. She's a royal. I mean, come on.
Chooses commercial. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes she takes advantage of her.
Halle Berry does not have one. Blake Lively ain't got one. Whoever the hell this is ain't got one. I noticed the name recognition goes down a smidgen.
Yeah,
when
Paris
you're talking about these.
Paris Hilton doesn't have one.
Bill and Hillary ain't got a private jet, but they just jet set with whoever they wanted.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't fucking need one.
They ride Epstein's jet everywhere.
Yeah,
from what I hear,
or whatever other billionaire fucking.
It's something I thought was way more widespread, and I actually like looked into it. I was like, man, all these rich fucks, they all got jets. And then I actually looked into it at one point, and I was like, no, they don't.
Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, a jet. I mean, you're talking about something that like most of these jets, these motherfuckers got like 40 million and shit like that. I don't think Judy's jet is worth 40 million, but
well, here's the thing: it's like 40 million plus operating costs,
right? And the pilot and the fucking maintenance crews and all this shit. I mean, it's just fucking. It's an insane.
But the ultra wealthy pay for convenience, because when you fly out, you can fly out of pretty much anywhere you want in the country. You don't have to if you want to fly out of like a commercial, it's like, okay, New York City, you got to fly to New York City. But there's probably a bunch of little small airports where there's total convenience. You can fly in and out, wherever the fuck you want.
And wherever
they're just paying for that.
Wherever you are, your private jet is. So you're always ready to go.
Yeah.
At a moment's fucking notice. Anyway, that's Judge Judy. I'm very fascinated that someone like her could accrue the sort of wealth and success that she has just by kind of having a show that I think is popular just because people kind of like to see her be a bitch to others.
Hey.
But, hey, whatever.
If people want it and she's going to give it to them, whatever. You know what I mean?
Keep on cunting in the free world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Deep Fat Fried. Deep Fat Fried. Deep Fat Fried. Deep Fat Fried.